Hey, what's up, guys? It's SJB Santos, the social media manager for Bosco Esports, and today I am with the head Overwatch coach, SJB Beagles. Vic, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. So we're looking at our Overwatch team, and who are we going against this week?
The Richardson Eagles.
Richardson Eagles. All right. Let's get straight into it, and we'll be right back after our intro. See you guys. All right, it looks like we're just about getting started. We're in our select screen right now. Looks like we're playing Ilios. We already see some familiar heroes. We've seen the Baptiste and the Lucio come out before. Some crazy gameplay actually from the Baptiste. I remember he was kind of balancing between both being a good, like a really good healer actually, and also pumping out some DPS. In a few of the matches that we've seen. So excited to see that again. We said that Lucio, we got Echo, Reinhardt, Reaper, and D.Va. So pretty solid comp, especially for defending a, looks like we'll swap for a Sombra there. But especially I think we're on a point map. Yeah,
this is a point map.
So for defending, you know, you're definitely going to need, you're definitely going to want a Reinhardt for sure.
Oh, it looks like he switched to Genji.
Yeah, and we actually swapped from Lucio to Ana, so it looks like we're going to be looking at a Nano Blade comp. We'll see how that turns out. But pretty standard stuff. The Reinhardt always up in front, going to get some shield out, maybe get some ult charge there off his Fire Strike, we'll see. Looks like the enemy team has decided to do the same strat. Got a Reinhardt up, D.Va going on to the point, Reinhardt getting kind of low, Baptiste doing his best. That's a really good Mei wall, kind of blocking off the tank. Reinhardt does go down first. Baptiste getting a kill on the enemy Reinhardt. As I said before, we looking forward to seeing some offensive Baptiste plays there, but I feel like Bosco's lost too many members there to be able to capture this point. We have Mini D.Va, Baptiste, and I think that was Reaper. Yeah, Reaper's alive.
Yes. Not for long.
Not for long,
yeah.
But just a little bit of contesting there. It looks like a Stinky Beans is back at the point as Reinhardt, but there's no one there to follow up with him. So
I think part of the problem with that last play was we were really split from the beginning.
Yeah, we were. And then
the Mei wall just ended that.
Yeah, and Reinhardt ended up coming back after dying to that main wall, but they didn't wait for the team, so we kind of just delaying it even further than it already was, unfortunately. But Baptiste at about 79% ult charge. He might be able to make a play.
Oh,
and that Mei actually popping already. It looks like Reinhardt's going to go down yet again. Maybe. Baptiste doing a really good job of keeping him healthy, though. And Mortality Field keeps him nice and healthy. I saw that Reinhardt ultimate did go down. Not sure if it was friendly or foe, but Bosco somehow managing to stay alive in the midst of that Mei. Baptiste healing everyone as much as he can. Keeps the Ana nice and healthy. Make sure that he doesn't stay the only healer alive on the point. They catch out the Mei forced to jump off the map, and we look at the top right. Genji did get 2 kills there with the blade. Not sure if it was a Nano Blade, but he did get 2 blade kills there. So, really, that was pretty close. I actually didn't expect them to kind of come out of that Mei ult as well as they did.
That immortality field's big.
Yeah, I thought that Reinhardt was for sure just gonna get melted, but Baptiste doing an insane job as usual. With just like being able to time his immortality fields and just being aware of all his teammates around him, just seeing what they need when they need it. So really good stuff from the Baptiste. Notices the Reaper up top, probably calling out in the chat. No, that's Genji. I thought that was the Reinhardt. D.Va going up, gets behind the Reinhardt shield. Oh, okay, interesting.
He got killed as soon as he got pinned.
Yeah. Really lucky timing there. Moira ult did go off, but Baptiste able to keep everyone healthy along with the Ana. D.Va going down to critical, but does keep the HP up. Reaper on the top right, looking for an ultimate opportunity. Can he get it? He is hunting it. We can see it. D.Va getting low HP. Enemy D.Va going straight into the point. Not sure what she was doing. She's going to Mini D.Va now. Probably going to die there. Yep, gets killed by the Reaper. Looks like our Genji is relatively low. Reinhardt gets a huge shatter.
Oh.
Ends up killing both supports on
ult.
Bosco. Really good combo there by Richardson. And yeah, I mean that.
Yeah, they take that point back.
For sure, yeah. Who's able to stay alive? That's a Genji. Genji able to stay alive. Nanoblade should be coming up soon, so Bosco is going to have an opportunity here to try to take that point back before Richardson able to get 100%. But we'll see how that goes. Pushing up into this little corridor here. Genji and Reinhardt on the front line. Goes up in the air. Does get the Nanoblade. Lucio goes down almost immediately. Genji's still in there. I don't see any more kills going on. Genji gets a kill onto the Reinhardt. Reinhardt takes the diva out of her mech. Genji kills the mini diva. Reaper on the Moira, and looks like they just fall like dominoes. Really, really good offensive push here. Able to stop Richardson just before they get to the 80% point. They have about one last shot here to try to get us off this point here. Otherwise, if they get one more failed team fight, this should be match 1 dub for Bosco. And we see Baptiste. Oh,
he got annihilated.
I was going to say, we do see that Baptiste does have his ultimate, so hopefully he's going to use that offensively before they kind of force him to use it.
Oh, that Reaper ult would have been nice if we popped it when they were all coming in at once.
Yeah, that's
unfortunate.
Yeah, hopefully the Reinhardt does not make the same mistake. He has to remember he is alone up there. He has to back up and wait for the team, otherwise he's just going to get picked off again like last time. Bosco does not have the time to wait for that again. Richardson is at about 85% completion at this point, so this Reinhardt has to wait for the rest of the team. Looks like we have about 3 or 4 of Bosco up here. I would have waited a little bit longer, but Reinhardt goes in. May on top of Baptiste gets a headshot on the freeze. Baptiste goes down. Reinhardt goes down. So does the Ana on the point. Genji's the last one alive, I believe. So tries to get a blade off. Tries to get anything, hopefully giving Bosco some sort of hope. But
the May just canceled it completely. Yeah. That's going to do it for that round.
Yeah, kills going on to the Reaper and the Genji. That is game 1 for Richardson. That's pretty unfortunate. I feel like that Reinhardt could have been a little bit more patient. He did charge in without like 1 or 2 of his teammates, and that's crucial. He also didn't pay attention to his supports. I mean, that May was just able to get a free kill on the Baptiste. That's just bad communication there.
I think, they felt a little rushed. It was unfortunate on the last point, though. I don't know exactly what our Reaper was doing way in that corner. It seems like maybe he was just trying to watch that flank, but our supports were doing a good job of that. If he would have dropped down, like I said, with that Reaper ult, he could have wiped him out, ended the round.
Yeah, not enough patience on the Reinhardt, too much patience on the Reaper. Hate to see it, but hopefully Bosco's able to bring it back. This should be all 3-point maps, I think, right, on this map?
Yes.
Yeah, so all 3-point maps. Bosco does have a chance to bring it back. They are going for an aerial DPS type of thing with Mercy camping this Echo. We've seen Echo go kind of crazy, especially with some like spawn kills.
Oh, that's another really good May wall.
That May is absolutely just blocking off any sort of team play there from our tanks. And Bosco does lose a few key members early. Mercy forced to retreat. She might not be able to get out though. Yeah, kind of just forced to give up.
Just to take it, yeah.
Yeah, just respond as soon as possible. Hopefully Reinhardt does learn from his mistakes from the last round, though. Don't want him to go up too far. Looks like he's fine about yellow HP, so... Here we go again. Fire Strike does hit Mercy down to 50% HP immediately. Swapping POVs to the Pharah. Pharmacy, a classic, a tried and true, but...
Ooh, that was forced.
Okay, the revive coming up.
They get the revive, okay.
Second chance here for the Pharah. Hopefully doesn't make the same mistake. Getting it right in front of the enemy team without the Reinhardt barrier right in front of her. Big mistake. May wall coming up. Reinhardt does get trapped out, but Pharah goes up on the other side of the wall. Does get some backup there. Keeps the Reinhardt alive. Hopefully enough for the Pharah, for the Mercy to heal her, but she's down to 8 HP herself. She needs to get some HP. She's still down to 8 HP. Gets a kill onto the mini diva. Reinhardt gets a kill onto our Reinhardt. She is in the air, but...
Wow, that was way too long without healing.
Yeah. I don't know what to say there. I mean, the Mercy had ult. There was no reason for her to not, focus the Pharah because, well, she in her ultimate, she does, just have like unlimited flying ability. So it's not like she could use, the Pharah was out of my range as an excuse. That just feels like a lack of attention there. Pharah getting a little bit too close there for comfort. I think that she just chill on the roof and shoot. Maybe not have to waste her fuel, I guess you would call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Reinhardt,
beautiful May wall from the enemy team.
yeah, it feels like Bosco is just a little bit too pressured right now to try and get some sort of contest on the point, specifically the Reinhardt. He keeps moving forward just a little bit too much on these chokeholds, and that ends up getting punished almost every single time by the May. And with that, May wall just basically just stops all the momentum that Bosco has.
Oh, he barely makes it to the point just in time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is just a pharmacy here, and it's actually Diva coming in with the ultimate. This could be huge. Getting ultimate damage boosted by the Mercy, but Reaper is close enough to get some big DPS on the Fair, and Fair does go down. This might just be match 2 for Richardson, but it's not over yet. Fair does get the revive. Bosco slowly making a push onto the point and manages to cap it. Okay. They do have a long road ahead of them, though. Richardson is already at 99%. All they need is one good team fight, and they'll take match 2 easily. So Bosco have to play this really smart. I think it was a really smart choice of them to swap off from the Reinhardt. The Reinhardt just wasn't working. It feels like he was getting caught out way too much and just being a liability for the team rather more than like a supporting tank. So this could prove to be better. May ult does go off. Moira ult does go off. Farah gets a kill onto the Reinhardt. Reaper gets a kill onto the Lucio, onto the May, onto the Moira. Pretty good defense. Looks like this swap out is working very, very well for Bosco. And Mini Diva is kind of delayed. They are delaying her a little bit. Smart play from Bosco, making sure that her respawn timer doesn't match up with the rest of her team. So really, really smart. Really, really smart.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play.
Yeah. Able to get to 50% without any major problems. Farah does have her ultimate. This could prove to be a boon for Bosco as long as they play it right. We see, I think I saw a sneak peek that the Ana did have ultimate as well, so.
I see Richardson has some hit scan now. Oh, they got double hit scan.
Yeah, okay, so we did see the Ana with the ultimate, so Fire ends up going down first, and the Mercy, no chance of revive. Diva gets knocked out of mech, so does the other tank. Doesn't look like Bosco's going to be able to come back there.
They're not going to be able to get there in time.
Yeah, 99%. That overtime timer is just going to run out before Fair is able to make it back there.
That was a smart hero change on Richardson's part.
Yeah.
Farah was doing really well, and they just completely shut it down with that double hit scan.
Yeah, that was like a immediate adaptation. So props to Richardson. I mean, I think we should have made that Reinhardt swap earlier. We very obviously saw that it wasn't working with the Maywall coming in and just separating them so often. So we were coming back there just a little bit more time with that sort of like mindset and swap. Probably would have been able to take it, but
it was a close game for sure.
Yeah.
Game 1 here.
Yep. That was game 1, and we're just going to be right back with game number 2. Alright, and we are just about loaded into game 2. We are on King's Row payload push. Look at the hero lineup again. We do have Carter again on the Baptiste. Tried and true, love to see it.
It's his go-to.
It has, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's kind of his signature. Always exciting to watch, so very, very hyped to see it. Ana coming back up, Reinhardt and Diva for the tanks. Hopefully they understand that Richardson does have a really good May player who understands when to put that wall up for major, major plays. We do have a May of our own, but if, you know, our Reinhardt gets locked out, not much that our May can do to oppose the enemy May, so.
Well, our May needs to take advantage of this choke point right here and wall off their tanks.
And Reinhardt has to be smart about not letting their May take advantage of this choke point. This is a very, very easy spot to get caught out in. So he has to make sure that he does not extend too far and that his team is right behind him. But that is kickoff. And let's see how they get this game started. May firing off shots from the back line, trying to get a little bit of DPS. They're getting early kill on the enemy Reinhardt. Very, very good start for Bosco there. Get a little bit of free ult charge for Baptiste, up to 21%. I'm sure the Reinhardt, our Reinhardt is actually, I'd take a guess. I'd say about 40-ish%, 30-ish%. He did end up getting a kill on the enemy Reinhardt, so that should be a huge boost there. Bosco feeling a little bit confident. Hopefully Stinky Meats doesn't let that confidence go to his head, because again, they'll probably play a Mei. Actually haven't seen their full squad yet. Yeah, their Mei is right there, so he has to be cautious about that wall. He knows it's coming 100%.
Oh, that's unfortunate with our Mei.
That's rough. Baptiste, I would use my ultimate right here just to kind of put on some pressure to prevent him from pushing any further into this chokehold, and allows our Mei some time to come back. But it looks like he's gonna hold on to a little bit. Oh, that shatter just barely. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Counter shatter, but unfortunately Reinhardt does go down. There's no one really there to kind of follow up on it, even though it did get a few people down. Bosco ultimately does end up losing that fight and the point. So not the best showing. It started off relatively alright. Got to pick off early on the enemy Reinhardt, but it just kind of fell apart there as soon as that Mei got picked off. We weren't really doing a good enough job at kind of adapting to make sure that we don't just crumble apart after losing one member of the squad. So hopefully Bosco's able to push back up to that choke. It's a very important choke. If you can hold it there, you can hold it for the rest of the game. Enemy Mei ult probably coming in. Yep, there it is, right on top of the team. Luckily the Reinhardt is all the way in the back, so he doesn't get caught out, and that Mei ult kind of a waste. So this could be an opening for Bosco. We see that D.Va does have ultimate along with the Baptiste. I'm sure there's several other several other members of Bosco who have their ultimates ready, so they just have to look for the right opening, and they could potentially clear out Richardson right here. We see that Genji did manage to get D.Va out of her mech. Immortality field going down, keeping Reinhardt alive. We see that the Mei Frost is kind of peeping out. Bosco is up ahead in numbers right now. We do have a number advantage, 65. Number advantage immediately gone down. The Cole Cassidy does get a kill onto the Genji there. Oh, that Mei wall, man.
Another one.
The Mei wall placements are insane right now. Okay, kind of griefing from our own Mei, but
yeah, that wall at the end there from our own Mei blocked off any chance of our Reinhardt being saved there.
Yeah.
That's just an unfortunate miscalculation.
Yeah, I think if I was on the squad right now, I'd probably switch off from Reinhardt from something else, man. Just anything else that's not as immobile. Maybe go back to Hamster Ball. He was doing a really good job on Ilios, kind of holding it down. Oh, man. You hate. Oh, a huge Devo. Managed to get a kill onto the Baptiste, knocking him off the map, and plus 3 more with the ultimate. That is a huge push. Definitely going to at least capture that second point there. And Richardson is creeping up on this final point. Bosco has to do something. Swapping POV to the Genji. We see that Blade is up. I'm sure that Nano is up as well. So we just have to look for an opening here. This is a potential clear with this combo. It is very, very powerful. Mei ult does go down. Unfortunately, Reinhardt goes down early. We see that there's a free ult going off, and it does unfortunately catch the Genji. Not able to use the blade in time. And Bosco ends up getting wiped again. Baptiste getting a kill onto the Lucio, but he won't be able to do much alone. He is just a support.
We're just getting hammered right out of the res every time.
Yeah, I mean, Bosco has to be smarter about, waiting for the rest of their team. I understand that there's, a lot of pressure and they're just about to capture that point, but there's no use in just immediately charging into the point as if you're just going to die immediately and not be able to help the rest of the team. You're just all going to trickle in slowly and end up, just losing the game anyway. And yeah, unfortunately, that
was a very strong round for the Eagles.
Yeah, hopefully Bosco bounces back. You understand that with this game, it's usually when it's like a stomp kind of like that, it's either you stomp back or you continue to get stomped. Hopefully it's the former rather than the latter. But we'll see. Bosco has to change something up. Okay, we got to pick on the man Gonna take a little bit of inspiration from Richardson, hopefully making use of that very first choke right there to get a pick. Anna and Moira going up. See what our DPS decides to play, though. Reinhardt going up once again. Bosco taking their time.
Yeah, they're really thinking about this one. I'm wondering, it looks like Carlos is considering switching to a tank.
I mean, Zarya is always a really good option. I mean, that's basically a DPS tank.
Yeah. He's normally one of the DPS, though. He very rarely plays tank.
But I guess it does work as a solution. I mean, if, you know, your Reinhardt is kind of getting stomped in regards to getting caught out and all that, especially by like Mei freezes, you could put a bubble on top of him. So potential solution to the Mei problem they've been having, but we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, getting a real nice 40 charge right there. Put it, yeah, that's a 75. Reinhardt getting a little bit too overconfident once again, does get picked off. Unfortunately, that Zarya bubble was not enough, but Zarya is charged up to 100. Yeah, he is charged up to 100. If they play this right, this Zarya could potentially pop off and melt the squishier aspects of their team in like a second. We see that D.Va is already immediately down to half HP. Probably going to pop another bubble back up to 100. This Zarya is a highlighter right now. Things cooling off just a little bit. Bosco is down 1. Reinhardt coming back up to the front line, hopefully putting some pressure, but he cannot step too far. He cannot. He has to understand that Mei wall going up behind Reinhardt. Enemy Reinhardt kind of stuck behind that Mei wall until he goes down, but Bosco's not making a pusher yet. Very good block. Very, very, very good block from the Reinhardt. A pick does go off on the enemy Mei. That should give Bosco the confidence to kind of push in, knowing that they cannot get split up. Reinhardt charging in. Zarya bubble going onto the Reinhardt. Zarya still at about 85, 90, 100 charge. This should be a complete wipe for Bosco right here. Yeah, insane damage pumping out from that Zarya, and Bosco able to take that point within the first minute. Really, really good plays there. That was
okay, well, it's looking like it's not back.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't get stopped, but that Junkrat was very, very vital to making this push happen. He was the one that managed to get a pick off on the Mei, which gave the rest of the Bosco team the confidence to push up and you know, take advantage or push them all the way back to their point, eventually taking it. But Reinhardt once again getting caught out by the Mei wall. Zarya does have her ultimate. I think in that situation I would have used it. I mean, you were at 100% energy.
Yeah,
you know,
you could wipe them up. They were pretty close together.
Yeah, mix between right and left click. You could have done some insane damage, potentially even an outnumbered comeback there. But
I think he was considering how many people had already been downed at that point.
Yeah. Looks like Bosco adapting, even if just a little bit. They are waiting for their team. They are not trickling in. That's really good. Really nice to see. Hopefully we'll be able to continue that for the rest of the game, because that trickling down that they've been consistently doing just kind of screwing them over. D.Va coming up. Zarya bubbling it. Does manage to get out. Close. This could be an ult. This should be an ult right here. Doesn't end up using it. Reinhardt Shatter does go up, gets a kill onto the McCree. Moira does go down by the Flame Strike. Mei caught out behind enemy lines, and Reinhardt able to take out D.Va out of her mech. So overall, really good plays, and managed to conserve the Zarya ultimate. So overall, this should be a second point capture. Zarya still has her ultimate. She is still at a decently high charge, so she still does a good amount of damage. She could potentially camp them out here. Yeah, we have Anna ultimate, Zarya ultimate, Moira ultimate. Specifically, Moira is huge for Zarya's gravity bubble. They could definitely have some synergy coming up there. Zarya building up her charge up to about 76%. Does have a self shield up available. Ultimate does go off.
There's the ult.
There's the ult. Huge plays. That's exactly what we want to see there.
Yeah, that's definitely second point.
Beautiful. Second point captured. That's about that's about half the Bosco team on fire. So really good synergy coming out there. And Bosco, luckily, looks like a stomp. Hopefully they don't get kind of stuck at this last checkpoint. I know this could be kind of a pain to get through at times, but Bosco's looking really good here.
Definitely liking the Zarya change. Zarya, Junkrat.
Yeah, absolutely. This Reinhardt a little bit desperate to get some contention onto the point. It gets a little bit further up. Zarya down to 100 HP, but she does have 100 charge. Mayo does go down. Reinhardt Shatter misses. D.Va knocked to sleep. Gonna get knocked out of her mech probably. Moira goes off. Anna does get the anti-heal up on the Reinhardt. Huge plays. The enemy Moira is behind enemy lines, though does manage to get 2 crucial kills onto Bosco, and the rest of the team just kind of falls apart right after that. So unfortunate, timing there. That Moira got a huge amount of damage. Unexpected, honestly. But
yeah, from behind.
Yeah.
You don't generally see supports coming from behind like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Junkrat, however, does have ultimate. If he uses this wisely, Bosco can make a quick and easy comeback from this. Getting a little bit of poke onto Richardson. Zarya now up to about 40% energy, 77% energy. She is high damage right now. She's about 89% of her ultimate. This could be the chance. She's just about there. 91%, 93, 94. Just a few hits more. She'll be having. Ooh, the Lucio, the Pharah, the Reinhardt does go down. Enemy D.Va putting an ult behind Bosco, but they are able to block it off. And the rest of Richardson just slowly but surely falls off. McCree getting some good damage in on the Zarya, but it won't be enough. Zarya does have ultimate. If anything, she doesn't have to use it offensively. She could use it defensively, just making sure that the enemy team does not even get a chance to touch the point. Doesn't seem like they would use it like that. She actually gets knocked out. Okay, the Pharah ultimate only managed to get a kill onto the soldier, and Zarya at 95% charge is melting through absolutely everything and anything that Richardson is putting up against him. And Bosco able to tie it up 3-3, albeit not at the exact same time that Richardson was able to do it. I believe they have like a 2-minute advantage, but nonetheless, there was a really good little series there of plays from Bosco.
Are they gonna they're gonna stick with it?
If it ain't
I
broke,
think it's a great change. Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Richardson, however, might be kind of suspecting this. They did see that Zarya did have a lot of success, so they might be kind of crafting some sort of composition up to counter that. But we'll see. I am a big fan of that Junkrat pick.
Yeah, breaking down those walls.
Yeah, the very first chokehold that we saw here, he did get that crucial pick out of the Mei. And it's just kind of the way he works. He's just able to kind of shoot it in a very random trajectory and just get some lucky hits. Sometimes that kind of proves to be like a game-changing series of damage. I mean, you'd love to see it.
You know, that's the great thing about Junkrat, though, too. When it comes to choke points, the strength of the choke point is just taken out of the equation when you put something like Junkrat in there because everything's so compact.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Definitely a necessary pick to kind of break off a very solid defense for sure. So from what we've seen already, we can see that there is a D.Va and a Reinhardt yet again on the enemy team. No signs yet of a Mei. We heard a McCree in the background. Can't see the rest of the team. Zarya is up to about 100% charge. They do have the damage. They see that Symmetra has turrets up. They do block it off. DPS is now revealed. Zarya able to push them back, even if just a little bit. She is charged about 80%, so she is doing massive amount of damage. And Richardson slowly but surely getting pushed back into this little building right here. Reinhardt getting a little bit confident pushing up. Soldier does manage to get the enemy D.Va out of her mech. McCree gets a pick off onto the Bosco support. But in exchange, there's just a lot going on right now. Jeez. Okay, so Richardson does get a pick off on both supports of Bosco, but the rest of the Bosco team is just able to completely wipe. Well, aside from this one that we're looking at right now, but they do manage to get kills on the rest of the Richardson team while delaying this McCree spawn. So overall, really, really good, really, really worth. Both Bosco supports are spawning right next to the payload, so they won't be missing anything major. And Bosco is just able to kind of push up just a little bit in preparation, and maybe hopefully even get a pick in the same way that they were getting picked off on their defensive round. Looks like Richardson taking a note out of Bosco's book. We do see a enemy Junkrat kind of just lobbing these little bombs from that alleyway up there. Zarya is charged back up to about 90%. We hear a mortal ult go off. We've seen this once before. Bosco knows what to expect, getting a little bit of damage onto that Zarya's, Moira. Zarya up to about 98%. Ultimate does have it, can shoot at any time, might choose to conserve it for the next time. And there's just a mini diva kind of snaking around the point. Luckily, they are able to get a kill quickly onto her. Slowly but surely just picking them off one by one. Richardson may just decide to kind of trickle in, trying to like prevent Bosco from getting to the second point, but that the way that this Reinhardt's playing, they might just wait for each other.
That was good conservation of that Zarya ult.
Yeah. Zarya maintaining a really high energy average at about 75% right now. Diva ult goes down, so does the Shatter. Oh, that was a really good combination right there from Richardson. That Diva ult goes behind the Reinhardt. Reinhardt turns around to block off that Diva ult. The enemy Reinhardt sees that, shatters the Reinhardt, shield goes down, and the rest of Bosco just kind of falls to that ult. So that was really well played by Richardson. And Bosco holds it up to 5-3, but they have to defend against a 3-minute push. That is a lot of time. So hopefully, not a fan of this Reinhardt. It's, you know, no shade to be thrown, but it doesn't seem like it's been working this well on this map, specifically. You know, maybe if he raises his awareness against that enemy Mei that's inevitably going to come out, you know, specifically at that very first choke point, maybe it could work, but I personally believe that we should opt out for something else.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a Diva instead.
Yeah.
Take care of the Junkrat bombs lobbing over the walls and whatnot.
Yeah, or, you know, even if they wanted to maintain some sort of shield hero, an Orisa or a Sigma that could place a shield from distance,
yeah,
it could have been optimal as well. But Bosco deciding to keep the Zarya, keep the Junkrat on the defensive part of the map, so no Mei for Bosco. We'll see how this plays out.
You know, even still, Reinhardt is strong at this point. He's just got to be really careful with that enemy Mei.
He cannot be stepping in front of this choke point right here. Sorry, once again getting some free charge. Oh no, sorry, not the Reinhardt. The Soldier actually getting a rocket pick off on the Symmetra. So really good start from Bosco. However, we did see this before. Bosco did get a pick off on the very first defensive round against the enemy Reinhardt, but the enemy team was able to eventually push out of that. So Bosco has to be really smart, cannot get too overconfident, cannot push way too far just because they have a pick. They have to remember that the enemy spawn is right there, right in front of them, and it takes absolutely no time for them to get back. Ooh, Symmetra Portal actually coming up behind. This is a strat that we've seen Bosco use several times over on Hanamura specifically. Shatter does go down. Reinhardt getting picked off. Diva probably going to get taken out of her mech. The Bosco Reinhardt does get picked off as well. Unfortunately, Zarya up at 100%. Does do a lot of damage, but unfortunately her team is falling around her. Won't be able to do much to defend by herself. She has to get back right now. That's got to be her main priority. Looks like she might just make it. Oh.
Barely, yeah.
Just barely.
Nice.
Thankfully, they did make it. That first point does go down quite quickly, unfortunately, though. We'll see how Bosco responds to this. Sorry, you're doing a really good job at making sure those turrets don't kind of build up with the Reinhardt.
That was a bad pick on the Reinhardt.
Yeah. That Reaper just coming up from behind the Reinhardt and with that close range DPS. Immediately, almost instantly killing Reinhardt, and then the rest of the team just kind of pushes the rest of Bosco all the way back. So, not the best start, but it's not over yet for Bosco. They still do have quite a length of distance to go until they reach the second point. What? Okay. Bosco Soldier falls off the map, but luckily Stinky Beans does get a pick in response on the enemy Reaper with the Fire Strike. So hopefully Bosco able to hold some sort of choke point here despite, or having even numbers, sorry. Zarya having relatively low charge. Does have her ultimate just in case she sees any sort of opportunity to kind of make a play there, but... Okay, enemy Reinhardt Shatter, or actually I'm not sure if it was friendly enemy, but the Reinhardt Shatter does end up getting blocked. Not too much effect dealt on either team. Stinky Beans does get 2 kills onto the Lucian. The Reinhardt though, enemy Moira does pop a roll. Diva ultimate coming up, have to stand behind something. Luckily it doesn't kill anyone. Moira gets a kill onto the Symmetra with her ultimate, and Bosco able to maintain some sort of hold on this choke here. It's not completely over yet. Ooh, Reinhardt actually getting 2 kills with 1 Fire Strike. Luckily we did get a kill back onto him, so they're not able to make as much of an aggressive push without their main tank, but that was kind of an insane Fire Strike.
I would have liked to have seen those that flame strike.
Oh, Reaper actually coming up from behind, does a lot of damage to Zarya, pops a shield, but it just kind of gets burned through. Soldier popping the visor in kind of a desperation. Same thing with the Junkrat popping his ultimate, but I don't think Bosco is going to be able to hold them off.
No, we're going to... Yeah. You know what? Like the first round, ult management. Going down right there with the Graviton. Man.
Yeah.
Graviton plus the Junkrat ult. Wiped them out.
Yeah. But I think this is the play that we actually saw where Diva launched her ultimate behind the Reinhardt.
Oh, and knocked off our Baptiste, yeah?
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, really, really good synergy from Richardson there. So yeah, Bosco falls 0-2 in this game, but we will be right back with game number 3. We are on, I guess you could essentially consider this home territory, right?
Yeah.
We've seen some crazy games from Bosco on this map, for sure.
We definitely favor Hanamura.
Yeah.
For sure.
So hopefully Bosco's able to make a little turnaround here, specifically on this map. They're extremely comfortable on. I know that we've seen some crazy Baptiste plays here, but specifically I think Symmetra is something we'll be seeing coming out of Bosco, perhaps, maybe.
Yeah.
Baptiste does get locked in. DPS still considering what to go. Reaper. And we'll see Echo, perhaps. Mayfair. Still uncertain. Diva gets locked in for the second tank for Bosco, and Echo seems to be our second defensive option. So it looks like we'll be reserving our Symmetra for the offensive side. But, I mean, nonetheless, Bosco has been historically good at both sides of this map, so I'm not too worried.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Mobility increased.
Alright, looks like Richardson opts to go through the left side. We actually said there's a Symmetra right on their team.
Nice quick pick.
They
Double.
tried it. They tried to do the Bosco special, putting a Symmetra portal right onto the point and try to go in. Luckily, Bosco more than quick enough to detect that. I mean, if they wouldn't be able to detect it, then who would, right? I mean, this is kind of like their mark right here. And Bosco able to completely defend that. Really, really well played by all parts of Bosco. They're good stuff.
You can go ahead and call that the Bosco special.
I guess we will call that the Bosco special. Dangerous choke here. Luckily, I don't think I saw a Mei on either side, so we won't be able to. We won't be seeing that problem too much, hopefully. Well, that being as long as nobody else decides to swap to Mei, but Bosco kind of just gonna hold off a standoff right here. Echo getting a little bit of DPS on that Diva. This could be dangerous for Richardson if they don't pay attention. This Echo just getting free DPS on that top right window right there. Reinhardt getting dangerously low. That was a full stack right there. And the enemy Reinhardt does go down. This Echo has 99% ultimate. This could be a massive play for Bosco. If they so decide to push this offensive they've got going on here, this could be big. But I think they'll probably just play a little bit conservative and just keep it as like an oh crap button. Looks like enemy team has swapped one of their DPSs onto the soldier, trying to get some damage on from the back line. Immortality field goes down from Baptiste, keeping everyone nice and healthy. We see Baptiste on the top right actually getting... Actually, no, that might have not been him. Oh, huge shatter coming in from... Oh, okay. So, Bosco does get hit by a huge shatter there, but the Nano does go onto the Reinhardt, helping him stay alive for a little bit longer to the point where he's actually able to get healed. Reaper pops his ultimate, does get a few kills in response to Richardson, and able to make sure that they're not able to fully push onto A site. So Bosco, close call, but they are able to defend it. We see that Carter is actually still going, gets a pick off on the soldier and the Baptiste. Echo decides to copy a D.Va. 50, 70, 80, 90, 100% ultimate. She has the self-destruct. Ooh, gets 2 kills. Okay, so enemy D.Va gets a kill on Echo D.Va. Echo D.Va, oh no, sorry, our D.Va. Echo D.Va gets a kill on 2 Richardson players. So kind of confusing to see at the top right, but overall really well played by Echo.
Did I see our D.Va ult as well? So was that 3 D.Va ults?
I think that was 3 D.Va ults, yeah. Carter getting a little bit too confident there. Unfortunate, but Bosco does get a pick off on the Reinhardt in return, so they won't be able to make too much of a push here.
Got to be careful in front of that choke point.
Yeah, for sure.
Even as a tank.
Just 30 seconds left in the round. Bosco has not let Richardson get even a single third of this point capped yet. D.Va trying to make a desperate push onto the point. Echo does see her. Echo gets picked off by both the Baptiste and the D.Va, unfortunately, but Reaper in response is going to kill on Mecha D.Va. Mecha D.Va comes out of the Mecha and gets a kill onto the Baptiste, so it's not like it's completely disadvantageous for Bosco, as Baptiste actually popping off in the top right. We see that he actually gets a kill on both the Reinhardt and the soldier. Does get picked off by the McCree, unfortunately, but this is what I was talking about. This Baptiste is just so good at kind of playing it like a 50% offense, 50% support. Just love to see it. Looks like it's just Lucio and Baptiste left on this point here, and the Winston. If this Winston dies, it should just be about game point for Bosco. Tracer, you hate to see it, but luckily she is taken care of, and that is a complete hold from Bosco.
That was a convincing first half of this round.
Yeah, all they have to do is get a single third of this point, and they take this game. I'm expecting this Metro.
There it is.
There it is.
The Bosco special.
The Bosco special.
Symmetra May, you can't go wrong with it.
Let's see.
And the Lucio as well.
Richardson tried it. They weren't able to successfully execute it, but I think Bosco just has like the experience and knowledge to be able to make this plan work here.
Well, you know, they practice it and practice it and practice it. They love this comp on this map especially.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
Let's see just how fast Bosco can secure this. I'm guessing, I'd say under a minute. They could probably take this in under a minute.
If we can get past that choke, get onto the point, under a minute for sure.
It is over.
Even if you don't cap it right away, if you can just get a couple of the defense down when they're staggered,
Yeah.
you'll eventually get it just because of the difference in spawns.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2.
All right. Looks like it is go time. Bosco probably going to go through the right side here. Yup. Lucio boost coming up. Symmetra portal probably just about prepared. E is up. We see that there's a portal in the back. Everyone steps in. They are on the point. Getting a little bit of a car wash set up onto the point. Maywall goes up. They are able to block Richardson from entering, and that is point secured. Not even 20 seconds. Just the Bosco special.
You love to see that for sure.
Yeah, you love to see that for Bosco.
Play of the game.
Ooh, probably one of Carter's ultimates. He had quite a few highlights this match for sure. Yeah, he just
Oh, it was the counter to the shatter.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. I thought 100% Bosco was going to lose his choke here, but Carter able to come in clutch and get a few picks off with his ultimate.
That was real heads up on him, too, taking out the immortality right before he used it. Because you know he was itchy to use that ult right off the bat.
Absolutely.
But Carter is our main Baptiste, so he knew what was up.
Yeah. All right. Bosco brings it back up to 2-1. Hopefully they get a reverse sweep. But we'll see you back in Game 4. All right, and we are now on Junkertown for Game 4 versus Richardson High School.
Select your hero.
Richardson Eagles doing a really good job so far in this series as a whole. We've seen some great plays from both sides. Specifically last game, Hanamura, Bosco's specialty, for sure. A sight to behold.
I think it's been pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Especially on Kings Row. That was a
a
great
5-6
round.
Yeah, 5-6. Unfortunately, Bosco wasn't able to make a full push there, but pretty close overall.
Personality synchronization 100%. Good to be back.
Looks like we're taking some notes from our Hanamura map and selecting Echo back on the defense. They did decide to go Orisa. I like this pick more than I like the Reinhardt, just because, you know, the way we've kind of been playing him this series. But
Did I see double shield, though? I think I saw both Ryan and Orisa.
oh, did we? Hold on, I'll have to look. I only noticed the Orisa, and I was like, oh, okay, they swapped off the Reinhardt for the Orisa, but we'll have to wait for one of these players. Oh, yeah, I saw him. Okay, so it's a double shield. Stinky Beans on the Reinhardt again. So Orisa is played by another player, but we do have Mercy kind of just camping this Echo. Hopefully get a pick off right there, maybe? No. Does get a good amount of damage, but unfortunate, no immediate pick. The enemy team is playing Bastion?
Wow.
That's kind of toxic, but okay. We see the Mercy HP bar is really, really low. They got to play it really safe. Mercy does get taken out by the Bastion. Bosco has to do something before this Bastion just kind of melts everyone down. Or Echo down is immediately killed. This Bastion is going to be a problem to deal with. They have to swap off to a character that can either snipe him or get right up to him and kill him like a Genji. But I don't think anyone's kind of, you know, dumb enough to fall for a Genji counter. We've kind of evolved past that. Sombra is a really good pick. You know, if you hack him, Bastion's out of turret form. So they need to be patient. They have to wait. The Sombra's getting a little bit too eager. He's getting up onto the point. He should sacrifice this point if they need it, because at this point he's just going to get picked off if he decides to uncover himself. This was not the play. Okay, luckily he does manage to get out in time, but the Orisa dies. Orisa gets revived. Bastion does manage to go down, but Carter loses his life in doing so. And the Bastion ends up getting revived anyway. This Sombra is already down to 122 HP, really squishy. I don't think they'll be able to do anything. Bastion just gets a triple kill. Sombra does get a hack onto the Sigma, but it's not just too much HP to be able to do anything. They should have given up that point, and Sombra should have just waited like on the top there to kind of flank and give Bosco a chance to make a comeback play there. But unfortunately, they got a little bit too eager. So they wanted to make sure they wanted to try their best to stop that point, but they ended up losing it anyway. Bastion does have his ultimate, does pop off. Is hacked, however, actually gets a kill onto the Bastion. Really, really good plays. We see that almost the entire Richardson team is anti-healed by the Ana, so Bosco able to make a quick work out of this push. And
I like the Sombra switch.
Yeah.
A little bit tighter on some of the plays, like you were saying, but it was a good switch.
I really like the Ana anti-heal. That was huge for Bosco. That kind of enabled him to make that push there and kind of regain control of the payload there. So really, really good play there.
Enemies found. Preparing to engage.
Sombra just kind of hiding in a corner. As Sombra does. It's getting a little bit too hectic here. Hack does go on to Diva. Diva should be able to get forced out of her mech here. Yeah, mini Diva. Sombra goes down almost immediately. The enemy soldier is ulting. They have to play this really, really smart, or else all this creature will just go down. Sigma gets a kill onto the Mercy. Soldier gets a kill onto the Reaper. Bosco's lost quite a few. Looks like the enemy actually selected a Sombra of their own and kind of just chasing down our Sombra, unfortunately. Oh no, Tracer. Sorry, the sounds of their guns kind of sound like the same.
Yeah,
That's how I was like, oh, this is an enemy Sombra. But no. Tracer, pretty good pick as long as she doesn't get hacked. I mean, if she gets hacked, she like dies in one shot. So
yeah.
If she plays it smart and doesn't, you know, let herself get caught out easily, this Tracer could be really, really annoying for Bosco.
Very high risk, high reward character.
Absolutely. We see that Bosco does have a lineup of ultimates ready, but finding a hard time to figure out when to use it. I thought that she was gonna get away from that. Not gonna lie to you. I thought she would have just ulted and recalled instantly, but she did wait a little bit. Sombra goes in and gets a huge ult onto the enemy team. Almost all of the abilities are disabled. Reaper gets a kill onto the Mercy and the Baptiste. It keeps going further. Sombra getting Sombra getting Diva out of her mech. Reaper ending up getting a kill on the soldier, and Reinhardt finishing off the mini Diva while Sombra picks off Sigma behind, and that should be a team wipe for Bosco.
Yeah, that was a decent staggered kill on the Sigma there too.
Yeah, that's true. Does delay the respawn a little bit, so gives Bosco a little bit of time to breathe. They do still have 3 ultimates, one of them being Reaper. Very, very crucial. They don't know that the Sombra is right behind them. This hack could go in. She has to be patient, has to know which one's going to be the most crucial to hack. Uncloaks, hacks the Sigma, gets stunned, unfortunately. Didn't recall back in time, but we'll see if Bosco's able to hold this off.
I feel like it was a little bit too aggressive to be right there.
Yeah.
And as soon as the hack is done, instead of pushing any damage, just get out. With the McCree stunning right there,
Yeah.
you're done in an instant.
This Sombra is right behind the Mercy. I think she should focus on Mercy, but it is what it is. I think she'll be able to get this Diva out of her mech. She is anti-healed. She has to be faster than that. No, unfortunately, that Diva is getting pocketed by the Mercy.
Almost, though. Almost.
Yeah. Tracer, we see her around the back line. Dangerous, dangerous sight to see. McCree does get a pick onto the Reinhardt. We do hear an ultimate go off. This McCree is just getting picks on picks on picks on picks. Tracer getting our Sombra down to really low HP. Mercy does go down by the Sigma. I think this just might be the end here for Richardson's push. I would back up here if I was Sombra. Does manage to get a kill onto the Baptiste. Ooh, 60 HP. Barely manages to live from the, that McCree. McCree hacked. Can he get the shots? Ooh, really, really close. There are 2 Richardson members, however, still pushing this payload. Both of them are tanks. Hacks gets canceled. Tracer is just really, really adamant on getting this Sombra. Hack goes up. Sigma disabled. Diva disabled. Tracer should be disabled as well. This could be the chance for Bosco to make a push back to get to control the payload. Carter gets a kill onto the Mercy. Gets a kill on McCree. Diva out of mech. Reaper does go down. Tracer goes down as well. Bosco up in numbers. This should be a control takeover for Bosco. Able to hold off Richardson even if just for a few more seconds. Diva in very, very dangerous waters. For some reason going up for the medipack, gets hacked, can't call the mech even if she wanted to, gets picked off. Really, really good. Sombra manages to call back. Really, really good play right there. Manages to stall the Diva for another few seconds, giving Bosco some more breathing room.
That was really heads up on Carlos's part on the Sombra. Being patient there. Patient enough for the Diva to slip up.
High noon going off. Unfortunately, Sombra did not see it to deactivate it. Richardson does make a really good push despite being outnumbered and that should be just about a team wipe, unless our Reaper can do something here, but he doesn't have ultimate. We're not expecting too much. If I were him, I would wait. If I were him, I would wait. Gets onto the point. Sombra can't get the hack off on the Sigma. Unfortunately, gets damaged. She does eventually end up going down. No, Reaper and Reinhardt and the Mercy end up going down. Doesn't look like Bosco's gonna be able to hold this point here. Yeah, unfortunate. Richardson is able to go all the way. Not exactly a stomp. Bosco had some really, really good moments there, able to hold up some of these points really well. So hopefully they're able to do better on the offense and hopefully end up with more time, but we'll see how this goes.
No, much like the previous 3 rounds, it was very close the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. There wasn't any one time where it was just like a complete one-sided wipe. It was always, you know, a kill for a kill or getting slightly outnumbered, resulting in like a losing team fight. But overall, not bad gameplay, not bad at all. That's toxic. But you know what?
Eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye, for sure. Looks like we do have a double shield composition. Reinhardt and the Orisa set up for this Bastion. They are just going to dedicate all of their members, almost all the members. We do have another DPS kind of just in the back line, but this Mercy should be DPS camping this Bastion. Both shields should be going onto the Bastion. Hopefully, Bosco is able to make as quick of a push to this first point as Richardson was able to.
No, this is basically just a pure bunker if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because the other DPS being a Sombra, he's not going to need much healing as long as he's evasive enough. And Carlos is pretty good on Sombra.
Yeah. All right, looks like we are set up on top of the payload. Reinhardt shield does go up. Bastion doing as much damage as possible. Notices that there's possibly someone behind them, but we're looking at the Mercy HP right in front of the screen. There is a ton of damage going on top of her. Somehow managed to stay alive, but this Bastion is able to make Richardson retreat even just a few steps coming down from the balcony of this house. Oh, actually, hold on. It's not too late. A revive does come out, but this Reinhardt somehow already manages to have his ultimate. It's not working as well as it did for Richardson. That was probably one of the fastest Reinhardt ultimates I've seen.
Well, you know what I think happened there? Since they have a diva, he was eating up a lot of the Bastion's firing, and the Reinhardt can just get in there and destroy the bunker.
Yeah, I mean, all of them were camped up in one spot. I mean, all those hammer swings hitting like 4 per swing. That super was not super. That ultimate was bound to come up really quick. But this Bastion does have ultimate. There is a chance to make a comeback here. Sets up in the corner of this room. Doesn't look like anyone is really contesting it. Decides to move away. Ultimate comes up. Rocket jumps onto the ledge. Can he find anyone? Oh, okay. So the Reinhardt goes down. The Reaper goes down. The Lucio goes down. Enemy. Oh no. So Ally, Mercy, and Diva ends up going down. But Bastion able to get Diva out of mech and the kill on mini Divas. So this should be a cap on the very first point for Bosco.
I love seeing that rocket jump with Bastion.
Yeah, you love it.
So
it's fun.
So fun.
Yeah. Looks like Richardson might respect the Bastion and just, you know, hold back a little bit, allow him to get the first point. Psych spoke too soon. Reaper goes in immediately, pops an ultimate, gets 2-3 kills. Unfortunately, Bosco just barely misses that point capture right there.
I didn't see an Orisa shield on there with the Bastion. That's kind of a problem. Did you see one?
I did not. Oh, it's because swapped to Diva.
I think he just swapped to Diva though, didn't he?
Oh, then I'm not sure. But payload slowly being pushed back. Bosco swapping team compositions in hope to kind of adapt to this new situation and break through Richardson's defense here. We have a Pharah in the air. Mercy, for some reason, isn't camping this Pharah, but Pharah getting Lucio really down, get his direct hit. Lucio does go down. Can we see anything else? Getting some DPS onto the Baptiste. Baptiste doesn't really know that he's getting hit right now, but Pharah missing few too many rockets there, unfortunately. D.Va getting a massive ult, getting rid of Baptiste, Mercy, Reinhardt, and another pick on Sombra, unfortunately.
Got too close to that Reaper, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Way, way, way too close. Needs to spend more time in the air and less time right there in front of Reaper's guns.
Yeah. 30 seconds left. Bosco has to do something quick, for sure. We do have a pharmacy finally going on. Get that DPS buff onto the Pharah. Just should be a kill. Easy kill on the Lucio. 3-shot right there. Just has to be careful not to die. And throw away that advantage. That Baptiste kind of just jumping up and down. They're having a little bit of a hard time hitting him. And
again,
gets taken out by the Reaper.
He's tunneling a little bit too hard on that Baptiste and getting taken out by a Reaper because he's too close.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like he's utilizing his fuel properly, or either that, or he's just missing a little bit, way too much. It's looking pretty bad right now. D.Va's the only one on the payload left. Overtime clock is up. D.Va manages to get there, but she's already 30 HP, and she just ends up going down. Overtime clock still up there. Mercy and this hamster doing their absolute best to try to keep their hopes alive. Yeah.
You know what? Ever since right there at the door when they almost had it, they'd been staggered.
Yeah. Just that patience is so crucial to have. Just, you know, sliding in there one by one is not going to end up giving them that point, unfortunately. So Bosco does end up losing 1-3. A lot of few instances of Bosco being able to, you know, tie it up. Made a little bit of a comeback on Hanamura. Definitely a few close instances on King's Row. But overall, not a bad performance by it.
It was a really close game. Really good. Great competitive, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, overall proud of Overwatch. I mean, you know, they are still, you know, fairly new. But their synergy has seen a lot of strides for sure. We've seen a lot of crazy plays coming, specifically the Bosco special.
That Bosco special.
You love to see that. That's something that you definitely have to work hard for too.
Yeah, and you know, against that team, that was really quick considering how good some of those Eagles were. They have a lot of good players on their team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, just like seeing the Bosco special being a technique that's practiced so much, you know, and that's, you know, we can probably say that that's something that they've practiced the most, right? And for being a new team, they haven't had as much time to practice other things. So if they're able to get their other, you know, strategies and techniques up to that level, this could be a really unstoppable team.
Yes,
for sure.
Absolutely. We have a lot of time to work with most of these guys, too. I mean, for example, Jackson, he's in 9th grade. Sean Carlo, also 9th grade. We got a couple of sophomores, junior, and only one senior, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the future looks bright for Overwatch, absolutely. These guys are getting better every single time that we see them play, and hopefully, you know, we can make it to the postseason, get far, hopefully, one of these times. But, yeah, overall, really proud of you guys.
Just since the start of the season, I've seen a lot of team growth.
Absolutely.
They love, even in free time, just, you know, popping on to practice, especially that Bosco special.
Yeah.
It's not just practice. That's how you get better. It's more than just practice. You know, all the best players, no matter what game it is, it could be soccer, football, whatever. They don't just show up to practice. You know, they practice in their free time.
Absolutely. You love to see it. But yeah, that's it for Overwatch this week. You have any last word before we sign off?
No, it was just a great game. Even though we lost, I thoroughly enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, GG's to Richardson. Shout out to them. They are a really good team. Fun to play against. Hopefully we get a match against them. Get a rematch one day. You know, very proud of our guys. But yeah, stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what we should do different. Feedback in the comments below. And yeah, we will see you guys.